Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Stefanie Drysdale's weekly cybersecurity recap. It's number 43 for Friday, October 30th, 2020. Ms. Stefanie, tell me what scary things are going on in the cyber world this week.
Chuck, we're not trying to scare you. We're trying to make you tough and smart and fortified.
Well, along the process, some of the things you say, I must say, are concerning but enlightening. That's for sure.
Well, let's hope that today you feel some more enlightenment. So Laszlo Gonk shared an article this week from Hacker Noon called "You've Never Heard of These Sites, but They Know a Lot About You." It's about data brokers and how your information is shared publicly on these data brokerage sites. It includes your name, your email, your phone number, your address. They offer a lot of other additional information for purchase that you might not be aware of. These are called data enhancements. They recommend additional information about us, things like reputational, social, persuadability scores, hireability scores, all about us. Um, they scrape this data from like a wealth of information and sources to learn about your gender, your sexual orientation, relationship status, your criminal record, alcohol, drug consumption, your income and debt, and even if you still have accounts on dating apps, and so many more things. They scrape images from open source about your likeness, your pictures. When they mine your face to put into these algorithms and processing situations they have, it determines your degree of agreeability or your likability or your attractiveness. All that's sold to companies to predict who you'll vote for and how you might repay a loan or what you might be willing to pay for your next ride share. So the good news is you can opt out of these sites. It's definitely not always a fast process. But unless you're high visibility, high net worth, high profile, you can sometimes do this yourself with some opt out requests. If you do fall into any of those other groups with the high visibility, I highly recommend you reaching out for support, and I am happy to help always. Charles Erding shared an Ars Technica article on a study that shows which messenger apps leak your data and drain your battery life and more. So they provided a table which was really helpful that compared apps like Discord, Messenger, Signal, TikTok, WhatsApp, even LinkedIn and others. It looks at their level of encryption, if they keep copies of your personal conversations on their servers, as well as what it does to your battery life. So be sure that you check that one out and know what those apps are doing. Bob Carver shared an Inside Hook article titled "Inside an Attempted Election Hack, a U.S. Cybersecurity Operative Tells All." So with the election just days away, we have a lot of concern around the elections being hacked. What they're finding right now is that the biggest vulnerability we have is misinformation. So getting people to trust the election process rather than the latest conspiracy theory. Very little evidence right now to suggest that attacks are going to hit the poll boxes or the systems that actually tally the information and the votes. So make sure that you get out there and vote. Vice.com shared an article this week on hackers holding psychotherapy data ransom. This was a ransomware scam where the hackers were demanding Bitcoin in exchange for not publishing data that consisted of notes on therapy sessions. It happened in Finland. There were tens of thousands of citizens from one of the country's largest psychotherapy centers now demanding the equivalent of $500,000 in exchange for not publishing the information. It includes the PII, like name, address, social security numbers of their patients. It was first discovered when 100 records were published on an anonymous dark website. The patients were also contacted directly and asked to pay a ransom specific to them. Just another reason that you or your company needs to be monitoring for dark web mentions of their credentials, as well as any information that might exist out there that would be damaging or a bit concerning to your organization. William Gregorian shared a Nominate CISO stress report with some really unfortunate statistics, I thought. Up almost double from last year. 48% of CISOs had reported work stress having a detrimental impact on their mental health. 31% said that it impacted their physical health as well. 40% reported that the stress had affected their relationships with their partners or with their kids. 32% even saying it had repercussions in their marriage or romantic relationships. The percentage of CISOs that have turned to medication or alcohol also from last year to this year went from 17 to 23%. So please check in with your CISOs, make sure that they have the support they need and that everyone is doing their part to keep everybody secure in the cyber world. Thomas O'Malley shared a Rolling Stone article this week titled TikTok Stars Are Being Turned into Deep Fake Porn Without Their Consent. So, this is increasingly problematic as deepfake technology continues to progress and improve, and it becomes much more accessible to the average person. So, victims are often unaware and sometimes very young, sometimes celebrities or influencers, and many have lost endorsements due to a deep fake being attributed to them before someone knew that it was fake. Um, they're being hosted on really popular sites like Discord or Pornhub. Uh, Definitely worth monitoring to make sure that if you are in a high visibility situation or whatever, that you know the kind of information that's being shared about you, both textual as well as your image and your likeness. This Tuesday, the Cigar Society of Chicago is heading up another one of their great virtual meetings with yours truly, heading up Your Cyber Footprint, Careful Where You Step, as their presentation. So hopefully you all be able to join us and bring a cigar and a cocktail or, a big glass of water, whatever makes the most sense for you. We'd love to see you there. Make sure that I'll link it and you all can register. It'd be great. And that's what I have for you this week. I hope you all are well, and I look forward to seeing you all next week.